Here we are again. I love it. This is actually a way that I can see myself doing these videos. Whoa, that looks nice. Where do you go? Left or right? I'm gonna go right. When in doubt, follow that arrow. I did some videos on the depression series here. Anyway, I went to the park with my slackline. And when I came there, there was a bunch of teenagers heavily intoxicated with society's probably only official drug that's okay to use, and probably the only drug that just makes you retarded and stupid, which is alcohol. And they were somehow picking on one of their, I don't know, I didn't know what was going on. So I went there and I saw something was happening, and I felt like nobody was doing anything, but there was a whole group of about 15 or 10 teenagers, a bunch of guys and some girls, and they were all picking on this one guy, and he seemed to be quite drunk, and he was bruised. He had a bruise in his face, and they were all pushing, like, they were pushing him away, saying, leave now, but he didn't want to leave, so there was like a potential for some violence. And this one guy even said, you're really starting to piss me off, I feel like punching you in the face. And that was the moment where I realized, whoa, wait, what's going on? There's like 9 against 1. Like, what's going on? So I went there and I said, whoa, I pushed that one guy away who was pushing this drunk guy with a bruise in his face around. And I said, what's going on here? Because I didn't know anything. And the guy said, I said, whoa, what happened to your face? Like, yeah, they punched me in the face. He didn't do anything. He was like being the victim, right? So, like I said, I didn't know what was going on. But there was like some serious, like, aggressive behavior from the other group members, especially the men, or the young men, because they're not really men. They were all picking on him. And then suddenly I come there, I have nothing to do with this. And of course, first thing that I do is take the side of the person who's alone. Because he's all alone. Everybody's picking on him, pushing him away, like treating him like an asshole. And then I come into the picture and I take his side. I don't care what's going on. First of all, I'm on his side. Because he's the one that's being pushed around. And I don't care what he did, because he's like hurt in the face. And he says, yeah, they punched me. Nobody really clarified that. They said, no, you fell with the scooter. And he said, no, they punched me in the face. I said, okay. And then some girls came. They said, yeah, maybe I can bring you to the bus or something. But then they didn't really want to help him because they had to wait for half an hour for the bus to come. They said, yeah, well, that's not very solitary. You have a friend here and he's in pain and you don't even want to wait half an hour with him for the bus. And that guy felt really left alone and stuff like that. And I'm just going to finish the story now. So we're going to sit down. It's like being quite restless and stuff. So what happened? I was trying to figure out what was going on. The truth always wins, as I realized that day. And what happened was, in the end, this kid who was bruised in the face gave away, because now I had his trust, right? Because I was stepping up for him. He was feeling more relaxed. Because If a whole group is pointing with their fingers on you and trying to make you look like the asshole, especially when you're drunk, well, you're just gonna come up with a story that's going to protect your self-image, the image of yourself, that you're not the bad guy. So you're gonna say whatever you want to protect yourself from being victimized or something, or culpritized. So he admitted at one point that he actually fell with the scooter heavily drunk. And then I said to him, well, why did you say then that they punched you in the face? And he said, well, whoa, did I actually say that? See, some people, they're lying. Doesn't matter if they're drunk. They don't know they're lying. Because if you tell yourself, for example, I'm happy for the last 10 years, although you're not, how are you ever going to admit to yourself that you actually lied to yourself all this time? And once he admitted that he was lying, he suddenly started, instead of being aggressive towards the others, he started to, feel the pain for the first time. It's like, oh shit, like I'm really in pain. And suddenly they were all reconnecting. So somehow I had this urge to go to the park because I'm following my feeling. I don't know what awaits me when I do these things. I don't know why I record these videos. I just feel like right now is the time to record them. And I don't always feel like doing it because I have my own doubts. But this is where the trust comes in. And by now I have learned already that, you just go through with it. So what happened was that they all left together and brought him to the bus station. At least that's what they said. I didn't follow them. I put up my slackline and then I slacklined. My point is that we're living in a community and we're pushing people around just because they have different opinions or because they do something that we don't like. We want to force them to wear a mask or to get a vaccination for whatever reason, doesn't matter. And then we're marking them out as the bad guys. And we say, you are evil because you don't care about that people will be dying because the disease will spread. Well, that's an assumption. Because maybe according to my opinion, this disease is not such a problem. And because I'm actually doing something for my immune system, why am I the one to blame now? Aren't the ones to blame the ones that do nothing for the immune system? That just sit around at home being lazy all day and that are afraid to leave the house? Aren't these the ones to blame because of their laziness that said disease was even able to spread in the first place? So why am I the bad guy now? Because I don't want their fake solution. So to me, that's a fake solution. And see, that's exactly the point again where I say I don't like YouTube. Because I have to watch what I say here. And I find that heavily disturbing. Because I also like the videos I created. So in order to keep using this service, I have to stay quiet about certain things. And how is that something that is of great value to anyone? So if you want to read some of my more outrageous opinions and insights, it's probably best to listen to my podcast, because there I can say whatever the fuck I want. Or you can listen to my, start reading my books. And that's all I have to say on that.